Good morning. It is like 7:30 in the morning on Friday. Oh, dog's got to go running. Oh, there they go. And I am just going to do a quick... What, puppy? You're not going to go? No? I'm going to do a quick tour of my porch houseplants. A lot of these plants have been moved outside because there was something wrong with them. They were infested with pests and I didn't want them in my house, or I thought they were going to die, so I put them outside, or they were not getting good light, so I put them outside. My house is small and I don't have a ton of windows, so it's hard for me to get good light sometimes. So this is Petra. Petra. Puppy, you're so dirty and gross. Sitting next to that dead plant right there. That's a bad thing. Alright, so I guess we'll get started here. We'll start from this side and work our way over to that side. Alright, so this is a night blooming jasmine that my neighbor gave me this cutting of, and I prune it back when it starts to get long, and I'm trying to keep it in shape so I can keep it in a pot. The bottom is just completely colonized with clover, and I really believe that that helps to keep the plant healthy and share nutrients. They're cohabitating in this pot, not being taken over. And I also occasionally get mushrooms that pop up in here, so that's kind of cool. Here's my little avocado tree. Started it in water from a friend of mine who has a lot of avocado trees. He brought me an avocado. It was super tasty, so I decided to plant it, and there it is. So when it gets a little bigger, maybe next year, I'll plant it out in the yard. Here's a little pot of cactus that have been, those grafted cactus you get at the big box stores, and I picked up a couple, and that's where they are. Back here is my Chinese elm tree that I got from my son. This bonsai tree back here for Christmas, and it's doing wonderfully. And then up here is the bonsai tree that I got from my husband for Christmas, and it is also doing beautifully. This is an IKEA bonsai tree here with a little air plant that I stuck down just to set him in there, and he has rooted himself to that bonsai tree, so now that's where he lives. Here's a little Hoya cutting. I can't remember the name of this one, so I'm not even going to try. Rooted it in water, broke off from the mother plant. I rooted it in water and stuck it in this pot. Seems to be doing good. Slow grower in here, though. Some assorted little succulents that broke off from some of my other plants that I just stuck in a pot, and they're going towards the light, so... Oh, I'm gonna kill it. Lots of little babies down in there. Oh gosh, I have this Sansevieria, which I decided to keep. I was giving all of these away because they're just, I don't know, not really my cup of tea normally. But this one started growing a baby here and one here, which it was only this original plant, so now we've got these two, so I kept it, whatever. Another little succulent client. I'm a mobile dog groomer, and so I get to go to my clients' houses, and sometimes they're just throwing away plants. So I got these. Look at this little baby. I need to get them in pots, though, before they actually do die on me. She was just pulling them out because they had brown tips. Like, pulling them out, she's going to throw them in the garbage. I was like, oh no, I'll take them. So, that's that. This is my potting station here and here. It's a mess. Didn't have time to... whatever. I'm not even worried about it. It's a mess. I have a lot of plants and fish and people. This is my lucky bamboo, and it is just infested with mealybugs, and it has been forever. And I take them out and I wash them and I spray them and I da-da-da-da-da, and it doesn't matter. That's in my cool fishy vase here, but I put them outside and I haven't had time to mess with them. Like I said, this is where everything comes to die, but then nothing dies. That's just compost, so when I have dead leaves or extra dirt or my husband brings me flowers, everything goes into this bin and then I put it in the compost. Okay, that's empty pots. Potting soil. Here's an arrowhead plant that my mother gave me that I do... I'm not a big syngonium fan as it is, but this particular syngonium was just completely covered in spider mites. I have a spider mite problem in my house. And so I was like, well, my mom gave it to me, so I can't just chuck it. But it's like got vines hanging all the way down here. Anybody want this plant? Because I don't. Ooh, a little fire stick cutting that I put here. Oh, I missed all kinds of stuff back here, sorry. Spider plant that I grew from cuttings. Ooh, she needs a drink. She's actually pushing herself out of the pot. If you look, I don't know if you can see. Can you see there's like all this space right here? It's because this entire bottom of the pot is roots. And it's just pushing the plant right up out of this shallow pot. So she needs to be repotted badly because she can't retain any water because she doesn't have any soil. Doesn't stop her from putting out babies though, does it? Baby, 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 baby spider plants. And they're thirsty too. Oh, Lord. Oh, and I forgot I got these, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago, and I haven't really maintained them. Occasionally, I will take some cuttings and stick them up in the top, but to be honest with you, like, I've just let them go wild and do what they're gonna do, and this is what they do. And this needs to be taken care of. I'm not going through all that. Here, got some Schlumberger, 2 of them. I got them when they were in bloom over the holidays. Here's some Wandering Jew from that sad plant that needs to be taken care of. Bird's nest fern. We got new bird's nest fern babies. This one's super prolific. I don't even water it as often as I should, but, you know, it is what it is. And it keeps on trucking, so I like that. Oh, here's another one of those planters that I got last year. And here we have, dumb cane. This is not supposed to grow in full sun, but I put it out here because it was just kind of big for the space I had it in. I don't know, it's been out here for almost a year, and no problems. It just keeps growing. I mean, and it gets like full afternoon Florida sun. It's crazy. Umbrella tree that I keep meaning to plant in the yard. Just haven't gotten around to it. So it's grown really well. It grows well on neglect, thankfully, because I have so many I can't keep up with them half the time. There's 2 big Boston ferns that I planted in here that managed to survive. Not being watered for a long time, and now I've got it in a pot with some drainage. It's been putting out new fronds, so that's awesome. Alright, it starts to get kind of clusterfucky around here, but there's a lot of plants all crammed together. Monstera adansonii. This is a plant that a friend of mine, I asked her for a clipping, and she gave me the whole plant. I was expecting, you know, a cutting like this. This would make a perfect cutting, actually. Here, and then you've got like this gorgeous little plant here, but nope, she gave me the whole pot. So I got new leaves coming all over the place, and we shall see what happens there. Anthurium veitchii. I got this from NSC Tropicals. It's putting out a new leaf right in there. Not that you can see it. Oh, there it is. Which is cool. I can't wait until this gets big. This is Hoya carnosa, I think. It was, I bought something, I don't even remember what, plant stands, I think, on Facebook Marketplace, and this woman had these gorgeous Hoya that were just laying not in a pot. They were out of the pot, and it was just this huge mound of Hoya vines. And I asked her what she was going to be doing with it, and she told me I could have it. So we put it in a giant garbage bag. I brought it home and kind of picked it apart, and I've got this pot, which has all of these huge, I don't even know if you can see it, all of these huge runner vines coming off of it. So this pot, which I've got that pinned to the rack, and then this pot up here, which all of its vines are hanging. So I got 3 really good sized plants out of that. It was totally unexpected and awesome. There's an anthurium back here, which I usually do pretty good with anthurium, but this one is not, I don't know, it's not doing good. But we'll just leave it alone and let it be. There's a Hoya cartutzii, pothos pearls and jade up there. There's another Hoya that's numbered, not named. I'm not even sure which one it is. Oh Lord. The peperomia, turtleback, whatever. I used to know all these names. Now I got too many to care. Back here, there's this cool succulent. It's called pussy ears. And this thing is awesome. It just grows and grows and grows. You just can't kill it. Oh, my phone doesn't work. So I like that one. A couple more Schlumberger. There's another. This actually is a. I pinched a baby, probably about this size, off of a landscape spider plant that was growing down by the beach. And I put her in this pot, and now she's got her own babies. I think here's another Hoya Carnosa, I believe. Got prayer plant. This prayer plant, the only thing it had on it was this ugly little sprout here. And I put it out here because I didn't want to deal with it, and it looked like it was going to die. And the next thing I know, I turn around, and it's got these huge leaves. And it won't stop. It's just going. It even flowered. I mean, like, now it's a gorgeous plant from neglect. Mexican oregano that I cook with. This sad Micans. I don't know. I bought it online. It never did well. We'll see. Oh, there's some pilea back here that was doing really good, and now it's not doing so hot. Here's another bird's nest fern under here. There's some money tree clippings. Purple waffle plant. This one's cool. It like croaks back when it needs a drink, and then you water it and it comes right back. Now it's gotten pretty big. Back there is a peace lily that's not doing so great. I need to water it. I don't have great luck with peace lilies. Back here in the corner, I've got a string of bananas, a string of pearls that's in flower, another one of those hanging baskets with a bunch of succulents in it. Back there, there's a echeveria, a little cactus, another little cactus. Here's my anthurium, Miss June, which I love. She's got gorgeous purple flowers. Variegated carnosa. There's a carnosa compacta back here. This was an anthurium mojito. I thought I'd killed it, but looky here. It's a brand new leaf. I'm so excited. Down here we have a mixed pot of vines. There's a heartleaf philodendron in here. There's a Brazil in here, and I think there's a pothos silk, pothos silver satin. Oh God, African violet that I keep trying to kill. Huge pot of aloe that I completely neglect, but it just keeps on going. It's gotten really large, actually. This is an angel wing begonia that just blooms and blooms and blooms. It's so beautiful. I have no idea which one it is. Did good inside in a brightly lit window, but then when the seasons changed, it kind of died back. I cut it all down. You can see here, that's where I cut. But it came back beautifully like begonias do. Never a disappointment with the begonia. Alocasia regal shields. Oh, this is an interesting corner here. I've got this pitcher plant, this Nepenthes, and it's growing. This is kind of crazy. Let's see if I can get it on here. These pitchers on this new growth are different. They have... It won't focus. Hey! Alright, sorry about that. Dogs went bananas, and the neighbor's dogs, and whatever. Anyway, so back to this pitcher plant. As I was saying, the new growth on it, the pitchers are different. They're spiky, and this one you can really see. And I'm guessing it's not the same species as these pitchers that are not spiky. It's not the best. See? But see, these ones are like smooth. And this one is different. It's spiky. And it's like new growth. It's like its own new, I don't know. But yeah, it's doing really well. These are super cool. The new pitchers, when they come in, are like bronzy colored, so they can be kind of confusing. Makes you think that it's dried out and dead, because they also look like this when they're dead. But if you look, you have to look really close, and you can't. This phone is not going to focus. But they're velvety when they're new, which is pretty awesome. Okay, this is a Vanda orchid that, mother, hold on. Oh, Lord, all right. Vanda orchid that is, just got a watering, so she's got lots of roots growing under here, but I've been really neglectful with this plant, which is why she's lost a bunch of leaves, and she hasn't grown very many new ones. I have assorted air plants that I've picked up out of the yard, and I put on this hanging rack. This one's about done. I've had this one up here for about a year, and it flowered, and I think it's about done. I got a couple of cool assorted bits. There's a Calathea. Oh, wait, no. What am I talking about? It's another orchid that, Cattleya, sorry, orchid that just kind of hangs out back there. It's put out some new leaves. Up top we have an Anthurium giant chocolate, mini variegated lipstick plant, Hoya Wayeti, oh god, I don't know, rat's tail cactus, so hanging up in the top. I think I'm going to put this in one of my aquariums, because it just goes, you don't water it for 1 or 2 days, and this peace lily just like dies, so it needs to be in water, I think. And then coming up to the end, thankfully, this is a Norfolk Island pine that I bought after Christmas because it went on sale. I had it in my house. It was doing terribly, but now it's doing great that I moved it outside. It just wasn't getting enough light, and it probably wasn't getting enough water. I water all of this out here with a hose that comes from my bathroom. I have RO water, so it's nice water, but I do have to fertilize, which I don't do as often. Corn plant here that I really don't like, but what are you gonna do? Can't just throw them away. And it's got a little baby down there. So, alright, well, that was it. Interruptions and all. If you're wondering about this bucket, this is where, when I empty out, I do water changes on my aquariums, I have to use buckets. Well, I don't have to, but I choose to use buckets because then I can water all the plants out here with the fish water, which is really good for them. Anyhow, thanks for your patience, and, oh, there is a story behind this. I bought this RV back here that's in all of my videos, unfortunately. I'd love to get rid of it. But the RV I bought for my son, he spray painted I Love My Mom on it. He was supposed to ride off into the sunset, which never happened. And then he let his friends graffiti all over it. So now it's just yard trash. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I got to try to clean it up. One of my life's disappointments right here. Love that boy, but Jesus Christ. Anyway, those are my porch plants. Well, my back porch plants. We'll do the front porch plants on another day. Oh, look, I missed this Monstera. Everybody loves these. This is the Borsigiana variety. It is not the Deliciosa. This one stays a lot smaller, even though it gets big. That's a brand new leaf. The mother plant, I don't know if you can see it. But I planted it. This is a pine tree, unfortunately, that has died. We have a bad problem with these pine borer beetles. There's a pine tree, and right behind it there's a palm tree. You can see it. In between those two, in the crook, I planted the mother plant because she got too big. So hopefully she's going to go up. Well, hopefully she goes up the palm tree because we got to have the pine tree cut down. We lost a lot of trees in Irma. And but, oh, that's my big girl out there. She's so cute.